very proud of being an athlete. That is like my number one thing. I'm so proud of being an athlete. Getting to Paris Paralympic Games was a dream come true. It feels like my calling. It feels like I'm not complete without calling myself Jack Ayers, the Paralympian. And it was just, everything went into it. I've been a KX06 wearer for the last 8 years. So I was born with a condition on my right leg, PFFD, proximal femoral focal deficiency. By the age of about 13, I'd made the decision to have my leg amputated. My confidence was so low because of my disability at the time, I just stopped playing sport. I am a very physical person. I really enjoy being physical. I really enjoy being involved in sport. But because of my impairment, I felt restricted. So as soon as I had my leg amputated and I suddenly was comfortable in my own skin again, I was desperate, almost desperate to become a Paralympian. That was the goal. That was the dream. I had quite a successful PT career, personal training career, because I was able to I had a disability, so I related to a lot of people, but also I was able to like sculpt my body to have a body that people aspire to have. So I kind of showed this like the meeting point between like chalk and cheese almost, where like disability and fitness kind of didn't fit. The ocean is visceral to me. Being on the water, in the water, under the water is something that ticks a lot of my boxes. I canoe, I para canoe. I'm on the VL3 men's 200 meter. One of the big trust issues that we have with prosthetics is you go away on like a 2-week camp, or you go to something like the Paralympic Games where there's like high pressure, high expectation to deliver and perform. And you don't want your prosthetic to let you down. You don't want it to break. Whether that means traveling, walking around airports, swinging around heavy suitcases, or going to training. And especially you don't want it to break or let you down when you're carrying an extremely expensive but a very important piece of kit, which is your boat. I've got full confidence in the KX06 when I'm carrying my boat down to the water's edge. I don't wear my prosthetic in the boat because I like to reduce the amount of weight that is in the boat. But as soon as I then finish in the boat and I'm standing up on the podium, or if I'm being interviewed by the world's media, I'm putting my KX06 back on and I'm standing there and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling complete. It's almost like I've put my body back together. Because I've committed to wearing the KX06 and I've used it for many years now, I'm very in tune with it and it's become part of my body. I was quite aware of the things that I wanted to get out of the prosthetic. One of those, I wanted to be able to kneel down. Being a personal trainer, you spend a lot of time with people working on their core, on their glutes or whatever. You're on the floor, you're kneeling down. A lot of the other units that I tried would have limited range where you couldn't bring the foot all the way back. It was always like a locked sort of 90-degree ankle. The KX06 allows you to flex all the way back. The other thing is I wanted to be able to lock my leg out straight. So that the ability to be able to lock it out straight, again, whether that's because I'm walking through water or because I'm doing exercises like leg lifts or hanging leg raises or something like that, it's just really important that I could lock my leg out straight. It needed to be robust. Doesn't matter if it gets caked in mud, you can just like wash it all off. There's probably not a movement that I can't do. I trust it as a unit. So I can, when I'm walking down steps or down slopes, I can ride the yield. So I can find a nice point going through the sort of mid to back of the foot, and I can ride the knee going down. So I can actually use what it's designed to do to take a step. With other units that I've tried, you have to kind of push through the toes, and it just doesn't seem very comfortable to ride the yield, and sometimes I couldn't even find the sweet point where it worked. So I just automatically found this one a nice, easy one to use when walking down steps and down slopes. I think there's certain stuff that I find challenging to walk on, but I'm never fazed by that. I guess like a motorcyclist is you don't think about it as a threat, you just scan and it's okay. You just overcome the terrain. Really interesting bit at the Paralympic Games because you get to see so many different prosthetics being used, so many different abilities, disabilities, and I think there is always a bit of prosthetic envy, a bit of leg envy, where you're kind of, what's this, and you're pointing around, you're asking questions, and I'm always feeling very pleased with what I got, and there's never a point where I'm wanting what the next person's got. I'm happy with it. I always wear shorts. It's part of me. I've got my sound leg tattooed. I've got my right leg, which is a black KX06. and I'm happy with how I look. It's part of me, it's part of my fashion, it's part of my identity.